So my name is Chase Waddell. I am a senior at UMBC and I study media and communications with a minor in theater. So my topic revolves mainly around virtual reality and sort of the idea of what social standards are we bringing into VR. My research revolves around the concept of avatars and how a user's choices of like how maybe they would design their avatar, how they choose their avatar might be affected by certain stigmas and standards that we have towards how we want to reflect ourselves and sort of what is deemed acceptable in the sense of like presentation. When I had gotten to try it out for the first time, I was sort of exposed to the possibilities of what this technology can be used for. For the last sort of year as I've gone through my major, it's kind of been one of the things that I've gone back to that's motivated my research because it feels so new and it feels so current. One of the main applications of VR is the social VR platform, each with their own sort of layers of customization and player choice kind of feeding into that. And I started to notice sort of what were the typical designs of these avatars, what was like the sort of, I guess the sort of standard that you would see within VR chat in particular, because that was the one I used most commonly. And I found that there were still kind of beauty standards that were being sort of perpetuated through these avatars and through the designs that players would use. I think for me, right where I currently stand, it's understanding sort of like, okay, well, what is like the problem with our beauty standards and like what is coming in virtual reality? You are in control of creating your entire body. I think one of the main ones that I found more recently was this idea of the sort of Instagram face, where we now have these sort of like, you know, you're constantly being flooded with content around what people should look like, you know, and we see research of what that can do to someone or how that can affect someone's mentality. Starting to connect more of that into like what I'm seeing in virtual reality, where you have people that are sort of presenting themselves in this idyllic way, you know. What do we define as being idyllic? I see virtual reality as these clean slates, a new frontier. We're just seeing a continuation of a problem that we've never really addressed in these forms or never really stopped at any of these forms. I think the easiest like advice I could give was just choosing something of personal interest. I think there might be like a pressure on someone who's coming into MCS 499, like I gotta have this very original, you know, topic and something that's never been done before, and it's like no. Very helpful when you're going at it and you have that sort of like that background research, you know, you have other people that have looked at this topic. You bringing your own perspective into it and bringing your own sort of view into it is enough. Get invested in your topic and that'll carry it through.